Guys, we are back for day number 5 of the Merch Focus 30. So we're getting close to finishing out our first full week of this month-long blitz. Today I'm just going to talk to you guys about the process that I've been doing so far to actually find trends and kind of help with the research process. Now this is super helpful, especially if you have no idea what you're looking for, and it happens to all of us, but you get on a day where you are completely out of ideas for designs or niches. This is some of the tactics that you guys can use to actually go ahead and find trending topics or things that are about to break, or just like any inspiration for yourself or for your designer. So the first one's pretty straightforward. Now this is something that I learned specifically, this tactic, from RJ Martinez, who's big in the merch space, and I'll put a link to his channel down in the description. But that is to start on Google Trends. Now this is a free tool. Most of you guys probably already know about it. What I do on here is we're not looking necessarily for something specific, but we're just looking for inspiration to get kind of the brainstorming started and to get kind of that search process started. So what I'll normally do is go on the page here. Now, if I have an idea in mind, I'm obviously going to search that. But if I don't, like today, right now, I'm going to just go to the trending results and just start to scroll through. Now, there's going to be a lot of stuff in here that you're definitely not going to use. You know, maybe like the NBA, I'm not going anywhere near that. I'm not, just because, you know, it's definitely dangerous waters to play in. We have some politics, so we have some celebrities, technology stuff. So let's just see if we can find something in here. Okay. So just, let's see. Want to find a good one for you guys just to work on. So, for example, like today, there's some primary elections going on. Now, this is something, you know, you kind of have to look past the specific topic here, but something that I might then see is, you know what, I've never done a shirt on voting, on getting out and supporting voting or something of that nature. And that might kind of start a search for us. So, or Republican Party. I personally have not done a lot of shirts centered around topics like this, but let's just check it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this. Now this is a cool tool again that I found. This is the specific thing that I found through RJ, which is Google Chrome extension. It's free, called Merch Research. And if you actually go and highlight a word and then do show all merch, it'll actually go and search and filter and pull up all the shirts related to that search term directly. So instantly here, guys, you can see we have Republican Party merch t-shirts that are pulled up, and instantly I can go through these and just start looking for inspiration, looking for ideas, and that could be one of the ways that I can kick off some of my actual design research. Now this is a pretty broad topic, so we might want to find something a little bit more specific. So let's just see. So obviously you have a lot going on with the volcanoes, you know, in Hawaii and Guatemala right now. So maybe something around volcano related, you know, support volcano victims or something like that. Advertising, finance. So again, guys, these are all just trending ideas. But the point here is that this gives you an idea of places to start and also a pulse on kind of what's going on. If you know that something big is happening in a sports, with sports or with politics, maybe you can find something within that niche that correlates to a shirt or an opportunity, or just gives you the keywords to go and actually search and find a new niche that you weren't exposed to in the past. So, and then you can take that information and actually dig into some of the keywords. So that's kind of the first tactic here. Now that's a very broad one. So the second one that I'm going to go to, I've talked about this one a lot. This is in Merch Informer, which I highly, highly recommend. I'm starting to use, it's pretty much an essential part of my day-to-day, and I'll leave a link to this as well in the description for a 3-day trial. Now this is a paid tool, but once you have it, you gain access to all of these modules. Now one of the really cool ones in here, and it's a more recent one they added, is the Trend Hunter, which I've definitely alluded to in some of my other videos. But if you go into this and click on movers and shakers, it's going to take a second to generate. But this is also an amazing place to start. So we all know that on Amazon, the shirts, the better they sell, the better their BSR, their bestseller rank. And what this tool essentially does is it queries Amazon on either daily, weekly, or monthly basis, and will actually pull all the shirts that have the greatest change in BSR, the greatest drop in BSR. And again, that's just another tool. So just to show you guys an example, this one, Bumblebee themed baby shower shirt. You know, summertime, babies, all that stuff. Who knows why it's actually dropping all of a sudden, but you guys can see, for example, this shirt, 15 units a month at $20. So they're making a nice little profit margin there. So then again, we might see that and say, okay, baby shower shirt, I'm kind of interested in that. And let's just take a look. Now again, this is something I would not have really ever thought about doing. So these are the kind of tools that we're looking for, things that are going to jumpstart us into a new direction where we're going to say, hey, wow, like I never even thought about that niche. That's not something I'm talking about in my day-to-day life. So now I can drill into this and see if there's potentially a design opportunity in here. So we see some funny ones in here and some common kind of threads. So cool. So that is the second kind of method I use. So the Trend Hunter. Now the other one that I can use is, let me see if I already have it pulled up. Yeah, is to use Pinterest. Now Pinterest, obviously you can go ahead and go in and create, you know, kind of your interest groups in there. I don't have a lot in there right now, but I like to just sometimes search t-shirt design ideas, t-shirt ideas. And if you have a specific concept or maybe a keyword that you're going off of. So for example, let's say, again, going back to this, let's say we go to Merch Informer and we find this shirt right here is trending. And it looks like, you know, it's a gender reveal, might be a keyword, or baby shower shirt. Then I can go into Pinterest here and do baby shower shirts. And this is another one that kind of allows me to see, okay, what are the trending designs or what are the trending items or sayings when I pull up that search. So it's another tool for us to actually find that. Now, I'll go back just to touch again on this. So if I want to find just some generic trending ideas, these are going to be, I'll just again type in t-shirt designs, t-shirt design ideas, men's t-shirts. And yeah, guys, you get the idea. So if I go in here, these are, now we're going to see obviously some of these don't have graphics. So I'm actually going to refine the search a little bit. Graphic tees. And now we can just run through this and see, you know, what shirts are coming up here. I'm sure there's ways, and I haven't even explored this as much as I need to, but I'm sure there's ways within this to actually filter the results as well. But this is another tool, you know, like something simple like this. That's again something I would not have thought of. I kind of like something simple like that. So just finding again designs, inspiration, phrases that we might want to use, and you know, for example, city skylines. It's all of these things that we can then take and implement further on in our design process. Now, I did a few other videos to show you guys kind of how I continue to go about that design process and, you know, give the information to the designer. I'll link to my past videos where I go over that stuff as well down in the description if you guys haven't seen those. So Pinterest, that's kind of the next stop. Now, another one that I like and I've recently been playing around with is just on Amazon natively. There's two things that I like on here. Now, the first one's up here at the top on the homepage. They have this new Explore bar. It's been there for a while, but I do check this from time to time, and It's taking 1 sec to load here. And normally what I do is just go ahead and filter it for tees. And I think that there's not a lot in here, but they do rotate out every once in a while. And it's just, again, another way to see kind of some of the creative things that are out there. Now you're going to get some that are branded. Obviously this is a Green Lantern or Dr. Pepper, but you get some other kind of cool ideas. Like this one's kind of neat. I haven't seen anything like that before. And again, so we have some cool ones in here. And this is something I'm checking. I'm not relying on this heavily, but I'm probably checking this, maybe once a month, once every other week, something like that at most. Like this is cool too. So yeah, guys, so you get the idea. So that is another tool. And then let's do one more here. Another one is just in Amazon search bar itself is to do men's graphic t-shirts. And this is not really going to pull up necessarily the most trending, but this is also going to pull similar idea where I can actually go and see the newest arrivals. And you can filter obviously by different things in here. So I'll filter newest arrivals sometimes, and I'll check the average customer reviews, because reviews, generally speaking, are going to correlate to having more sales traffic and more sales numbers in general. So with that being said, newest arrivals, that's going to allow me to see some things that maybe have slipped under the radar, where they're not pulling up on Merch Informer yet because they don't have as much of a BSR. And yeah, just kind of give me hopefully a leg up on anyone else, and I can catch a trend that's out there before someone else does, that's just relying on tools like Merch Informer or anything else. So yeah, I just would go through here. Like I kind of like this theme. I've been seeing some of these shirts recently with different animals and this kind of bandana look. So that's one I've noticed. And yeah, again, guys, these change pretty much daily. If you think about how many shirts are being uploaded, and some of these are just not even close. I personally wouldn't ever do one of those, but you've got a lot of kind of cool, unique stuff in here. So this is always a good place to check. And I check in here. It's starting to become kind of a daily habit for me when I'm doing my research process. So that's another awesome one. Now, the last two I'm going to go over. Pretty standard. I'll link to them in the description also. This one I actually just stumbled upon maybe a day or two ago, spreadshirt.com. And specifically in that, they have their own trending page. And so again, it's just another kind of cool place to see the designs that are currently trending. So I do check this. This one I'll keep you guys posted on, but I'll put a link in the bio. There are, not in the bio, in the description, because there are some cool designs in here that could lead to a design for you guys as well. So that one. And the final one I check is Etsy. You can find obviously the trending t-shirts. I'm going to put a link directly to the trending t-shirts, and you can see there's 10,000 search results just for that. So this is just pretty much an unlimited amount of design inspiration for you guys to catch kind of these trends before they happen. Now, one thing that I will say is, it's a lot easier to find that the market already exists before you actually spend all the time going and searching for these trends. So I think that the best places to start are actually going to be on Merch Informer, finding the niches that have maybe 1 or 2 designs that have good BSR and are selling, and using kind of the trending tool in here that I showed you guys earlier. And then also actually going back and doing the newest designs on Amazon, I think is an amazing one. But the point being is, if there's not any shirts selling in that niche at all, and you can't find any designs for it, that's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. And I say that because it's not a bad thing in the sense that it could be a really good opportunity for you to actually tap into something with low competition. But at the same time, it could also be a sign that there's not enough demand, there's not a market for that niche to where it's even worth diving into too much. So that's just one of the things that I kind of keep in the back of my head when I'm looking for these trends and breaking trends as well. So with that being said, guys, I hope that's helpful. Leave any tips that you guys have found useful from this video. Just comment below with which ones you liked or which ones you use. And if there's anything that I missed, please drop a line down below. I'd love to kind of hear from you guys what's working for you. And the last thing that I'll say is, again, all the tools and the links are going to be down below, and there's also a link to the Facebook group as well. So we'll be back tomorrow with another video, and then on day number 7, we will wrap up the week with kind of an update on sales and also uploads and where we stand overall in the process, as we'll be about 25% done. So thanks again, guys, and we will see you at the next video.